Hey everybody, so I thought I would do a little bit of a why we meditate and how to develop a practice, like regardless of where you're at in your life. Because oftentimes people, they say, I can't control my mind, therefore I can't meditate. Well, first of all, the goal is not to control your mind, okay? And meditation is a practice. It's something that you get better with time, so you don't just do it one day and become an expert. It's a lifetime thing. And so I want to debunk a few things and then show you first a great way to just start a little meditation practice. So one of the stories that I always think about when I think about like meditation and like advanced meditators is like my ex-boyfriend who was an Ashtanga practitioner. And I was staying with him in France, and he had to meditate an hour in the morning and he had to meditate an hour at night, and nothing could impede upon this practice. And he was really quite an example of someone who was so out of control of his life that he would just micromanage the environment he was in to some extreme degrees. And I'll never forget the evening where he was like, I can't fall asleep. We were laying there in bed. He's like, I can't fall asleep because the twilight was coming through the window and shining a little bit of it's probably the size of my pinky finger, a light on the wall. And that was keeping him from falling asleep. He was giving that much power away to this like light on the wall. And that was stopping him. And I remember thinking like, wow, like your meditation practice is definitely paying off. Right? Because the goal, like I said, is not to control your thoughts. The goal is not to control your environment. The goal is to manage, let's use a different word here, manage your responses to your environment, manage your responses to your thoughts, because control is an illusion, and the only thing you are ever in control of is your responses. You're not even in control, really and truly, of the thoughts that come into your mind. However, you can pause and manage the response. And that's it. I mean, that's really it. And that's what meditation is for. Meditation teaches us how to manage ourselves regardless of what's going on in our lives. And also, the better that you get with meditation, the more in tune you become with yourself. And so you're able to see, like, what is my chatty mind versus what is my intuition? And you can gauge the difference. So like I know when my intuition's talking, when my mind is talking, but I've spent a lifetime also gauging intuition and meditating and getting quiet to know the difference. So that's one of the reasons, besides just managing your responses as to why you might meditate, is to get really clear on what's happening within you and around you. But it's not about control. And I just want to like be very clear. This is not about control at all. Now, as far as developing a meditation practice, there is no need to jump into like overachiever mode. To start a meditation practice, go with what is the most tangible, okay? So what I tell my students and clients to do basically is like, just pick a time of day, pick a space in your house, and just commit to that. Get a timer out, whether it's a minute or 5 minutes, and just time yourself sitting in the corner. Don't even try to meditate, but first get in the habit of creating the space and the time each day for the practice. Because if you try to conquer it all at once, you're going to be overwhelmed and you're going to feel defeated. And when it comes to integrating new habits or doing anything new in your life, if you bite off more than you can chew, you'll choke and you'll fail. So one of the best ways to prevent failure is to start with what really is tangible and to work your way up that ladder or building a stronger foundation, but baby steps. So first things first, pick a time of day, pick a space in your house, and just sit there. Put yourself in timeout like you would like a kid, and just sit there, and for 5 minutes, just sit. Once you've gotten into the habit of like, oh, this is what I do at 9 a.m. every day, I go sit in that corner and time myself. After a while, that's going to be second nature. So then from there, you can start practicing the more meditative stuff. So you're in it, you're used to your timeout space, And now you can start observing things like the thoughts in your mind, or the senses that you're feeling in your body, or what's happening in your environment, okay? Again, don't even make it about the meditation. Just start taking inventory of what's happening around you. Do I feel okay? Is my comfortable? Do I need a different position? Wow, my mind is really racing today. And again, just take inventory. Over time, what's going to happen is as you get better at each consecutive step, you can introduce another layer to the game. And ultimately, the goal really and truly with meditation is to create an inner space that you can carry with you at all times in your life. So just like my ex, who the only time he could feel this peace of mind was when he was like sitting in his controlled environment meditation, it seemed a little bit counter to me. This is someone who's practiced for 15 years, and it's like, at what point do you not take that with you? So yeah, that probably sounds a little judgmental, but the thing is, we see it all the time in the practice. It's like, well, I'm sitting and I'm meditating, therefore I am. But are you really? Are you really taking the essence of what it means to meditate and moving it into other parts of your life? Because if you can sit in traffic or be cut off in traffic or hear your spouse come at you with a complaint or whatever the situation may be and move back into that meditative space, then you're really becoming a master of what it means to take that inner peace with you. Yes, we find it, one layer at a time. We pick a time of day, we pick a corner of our house, we sit in timeout, we set a timer, we stretch the time, we start observing, maybe we start with our breath, like whatever it takes. But start with something really basic so you can get into the habit and then grow it from there. Don't worry about the outcome. Don't worry about being a master meditator. Don't worry about any of those things. Just get into the habit of the ritual. Then as you get comfortable with the ritual, you can start practicing observation, you can start your breathing, and you can move into deeper layers of your being over time. And then when you get really good, then you can take it into the rest of your life, okay? I hope that was helpful. And by the way, you're listening to someone who's practiced for 21 years, so I get it. But start small and work your way up. And everything you're looking for is already inside you. So the more you can take that time and get still, the more you will find everything you need. All right, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Bye.